Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5:30.
Our big story tonight at 5:30, Yale University getting called out after a program for this weekend's football game with Dartmouth contained a number of questionable images. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5:30. I'm Mark Zane.
And I'm Denise DeCenzo. Those images included several caricatures of Native Americans. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is live at the mobile newsroom in New Haven now with more on the story for us. Matt?
Well, students with Yale's Native American Cultural Center were actually at the football game this past Saturday. They say it was sort of a bonding experience, a welcome to Yale experience with first-year members here on campus. Just something, a fun thing to do, but they say the university had printed up programs with images they say are offensive. Yale and Dartmouth football, it's a history that goes back 100 games. But the game program from this weekend paid tribute to the rivalry with old cartoon images that many say are simply racist.
Disappointment in the university that they don't realize the issues.
Katie McCleary is a junior on campus and the president of the Association of Native Americans at Yale.
I'm Little Shell Chippewa Cree, and I grew up on the Crow Reservation in Montana.
Before switching its nickname to the Big Green, Dartmouth was known as the Indians. The Yale Athletic Department has been making special programs for its rivalry games and says its intention was only to recognize the relationship between the two schools. We apologize for yesterday's football game program cover that included historic artwork of insulting portrayals of indigenous people, images that we have long considered to be a violation of our values of mutual respect, equality, and decency. We did not intend to perpetuate these portrayals or condone them.
It's also Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, so here we are just trying to make a space for ourselves on campus to be recognized, to have at least our humanity recognized, and to be represented this way to all of Yale is pretty upsetting.
But Haley Kushi says there have been issues before. Last October, Yale's Intercultural Affairs Committee sent an email to students asking them to avoid dressing up in costumes that might offend others. A faculty member responded by saying students should be able to wear provocative costumes even if others considered them offensive. That sparked days-long protests on campus, something that's still not lost on students even a year later.
I think it shows us that we still have a long way to go. Yale still has a long way to go.
Now, Yale's Native American Cultural Center put out a statement today on its Facebook page. To see the full text, you can go to our website, WFSB.com. With the mobile newsroom in New Haven, Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, 65 degrees. That is our average high for today in this Columbus Day Monday across Connecticut. Many communities across inland Connecticut reaching between the mid to upper 50s for high temperatures today. And with the wind coming in out of the north, coastal communities reaching or just slightly exceeding the 60-degree mark. So a little bit cool for this time of year. That breeze making it feel just a bit chillier. You can see on our network of neighborhood weather stations live. We're down to 52 already in Litchfield. Storrs is at 54, 57. Newington, Milford right now at 59. Dew point temperature showing the air is very dry from the mid-20s into the low 30s. So once the wind subsides, temperatures are going to be dropping off rather markedly. And check out one of our newest iCams from far eastern Connecticut from Plainfield High School showing cloud-free conditions. And that's basically what we saw all day long today. And of course, with that, we have a clear and dry scan on our all-new early warning pinpoint Doppler. And high pressures building in that will bring that subsiding wind and will set the stage for the coldest morning so far. We'll get to how low temperatures are going, what you'll wake up to tomorrow morning, and the latest foliage report coming up as we continue with weather every 10 minutes.
Okay, Mark, thank you very much. Turning tonight to the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. After being battered by wind and rain, people in coastal Georgia are finally heading back home.
That's right. Dante Renzulli from our sister station in Atlanta is joining us live now on Tybee Island, where homeowners are getting their first look at the damage. Hello to you, Dante.
Hi there. Yeah, this island has still got a lot of things for people to worry about. A lot of dangers out in plain sight. Check this out. Somebody's ductwork just out in the middle of the yard. How about over here? An entire roof lying across the sidewalk. Came off the top of this building over here. Now, for the first time today, the National Guard started letting people across the bridge back onto this island, but they're checking IDs, making sure it's only people who actually live here.
How you doing, sir?
Fine, thank you.
curfew in effect at dark, okay?
Okay, great.
Drivers waiting in line at this checkpoint don't know what they're going to see on the other side of the bridge to Tybee Island.
Worried about if the house is damaged or not, because we've been gone a long time.
Up until now, those who took the state's suggestion to evacuate have had to rely on bits and pieces of information they could get from those who decide to stay behind.
We got reports back and what have you. Your house is good, your house is good, your house isn't so good. This is what's wrong with yours, you've lost your roof.
There's scenes like this one all over Tybee Island. Pieces of people's houses lying in the street, a lot of cleanup work to do. People I spoke with say that most of the damage from this hurricane came from the wind, not the water.
I was open all day to about 5 o'clock. My tin on my roof started flying off and all that. It got a little scared there for a minute.
Calvin Rattery owns one of the few businesses on Tybee Island that stayed open during the storm. He says he didn't believe the hype about how hard the storm was predicted to hit Georgia.
The power went out, and about 15 minutes later, it just all broke loose. It was ugly.
Many who stayed on the island during this hurricane say it's the worst one they can remember in decades. Yeah, this hurricane is actually historic in nature. The hurricanes don't usually hit coastal Georgia like this. The last one in memory is 100 years ago. It brought a lot of damage. It's going to take a long time to clean up and even longer to forget about. Mark and Denise, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Dante Renzulli, reporting live from Tybee Island. And keep it right here with Channel 3 for continuing coverage of the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew.
And don't forget, you can always get weather alerts around the clock on your smartphone. Just text WFSB to 23765 to download our Channel 3 app.